Hi guys, it's Ryan here with Sigma Survival, and today I'm going to be talking about scavenging for a survival kit. As you can see behind me, there is a ton of different things right there that people just dump. If you know where to look in an urban environment and you need something on the fly, let's say you're bugging out, or you know there's been some kind of disaster and you've been pushed out of your home, there's generally speaking going to be items that you can use all around you. So behind me there's a load of plastic bottles, there's cans, there's broken glass which can be used for cutting different things, making arrowheads. Let's have a look at the things that I've picked up over the course of a few weeks here and there. Okay guys, having a container that you can boil water in is quite important. What I've found here is just a little dog's bowl. It was dumped in an alleyway. You know, it sounds crazy and I sound like a tramp for even picking it up, but this is quite a useful item. Okay, broken glass, you'll find this everywhere. If you don't have a knife on you but you need to do some kind of cutting task, this stuff can be razor sharp. Be very careful in using it, but generally speaking, this is a useful item. You could duct tape broken glass to a stick as well. So yeah, you could make yourself a handle with that. Another thing as well, guys, people throw away like lighters and pieces of their lighters. This is like a flint and steel. Some of them are no good, but some of them just need a bit of drying out and you will get the odd spark off of it. So, I mean, this item right here, it's still got the gas in it. So, I mean, in theory, you could use this as an early, sort of like as a get back warning symbol. Like, you know, you throw this on the floor and it pops and it makes a noise that might get like people to think it's something else as a diversion, let's say. But another thing from a fire perspective is I can just shave the plastic off of this and use a flint and steel. Yeah, there might even be a way of doctoring this so that I can get the gas out of it. But I wouldn't put too much hope in them, but they are worth picking up sometimes. So in urban environments, in suburban environments, and even sometimes out in the woods, workers will just drop these and not think twice about picking them up. Zip ties. Look at the size of this bad boy. Like if you was in a situation where maybe there was hostile people around and you wanted to subdue someone, that would be perfect. But just for shelter building or fixing stuff onto your kit or your belt, this would be perfect. I could get a roll of duct tape that I scavenged and loop this around my belt and have like a carrying system for it. Cordage. I find cordage everywhere. We've just talked about the zip ties. Look at this. This is just some kind of string or threads. I don't know what it's off. Don't really care. I could use this for multiple things. It looks like it's probably quite good for fire tinder. It's already pretty dry, and if you was to leave this under different layers of clothing, so you have your outer shell and then your inner shell together, this will dry out and you can get a spark with this, I guarantee it, and you'll get some fire going. At the very least, you've got cordage. Speaking of cordage, here's some synthetic rope that was just lying around the place. This would make great snare wire potentially, but for shelter building, this seems like it's really strong stuff. So yeah, just yet another item that could be used. Another thing is that you could potentially put fish hooks or razor blades in the end of this, and obviously you could cause damage to yourself, but as a quick self-defense tool that's just hit and run kind of thing. You hit the attacker and run. You know, they're picking bits of fish hook out of their skin while you're long gone. Quite nasty, but we're talking about a disaster scenario, aren't we? Speaking of self-defense, there is another item which is also cordage, loads and loads of cordage, but this cable here, someone just dumped this in an alleyway. I actually found this right by the dog bowl that we talked about initially. This is heavy, guys. It's gonna hurt. That is a formidable weapon. And if I want more of a handle on it, I can use the chunky end at the bottom. And I can use it as what would be called a get back whip. Bikers in America, like the 1% bikers, the outlaws, The outlaw bikers would use get-back whips. They would have a whip that would sit on the handlebars just to get people away from them for self-defense. It's also cordage. More cordage here. Just some old Christmas lights that have been snipped. You know, this is multiple strands of cordage right there. Okay, I don't know what this is called, but what I do know is that this is hardened ceramic. I believe this is off of a spark plug, guys. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not mechanically minded. If you was to ask my brother or my father-in-law, they'd tell you straight away. But if I smash this, I know that I've got a glass breaking tool. Now, breaking glass can be quite difficult. A knife stabbing the glass is sometimes going to work, but glass is really tough these days. This is harder than glass, so when it's broken into little segments, this can be thrown, one of the chips can be thrown at glass and it generally will crack it. So, really good item, found it on the side of the road. By far the best item that I've found was by a telegraph pole. Now this is some kind of harness loop where potentially the rope would be fed through, or it's where a line was put around a telegraph pole to secure and anchor the person in place. Well, this is rated to, like, I can actually see, like, it's scratched away a little bit, but 25 kilonewtons, just like climbing gear is. It's got a CE stamp on it, and while it's a little bit beaten up, there's no jagged edges. What would I use this for? I could use this for rappelling. I could use it as a rappelling ring, in sync with like a rigger's belt or just a carabiner. This is just going to add a little bit of extra friction to that rope. I could also use it to tie off to an anchor point, so I could wrap something like paracord around a tree, then feed my climbing rope or my rappelling rope through and use it as a belaying point so that we can get stuff up and down, or I can help someone climb up a cliff easier, much safer. I could also wrap some cord around this and use it as a flail. Loads of different uses for a metal ring like this. I would of course cut this bit of harness strap off. Well guys, that's it. Those are some scavenged items. There's a whole host of other items that you could find and use. Please let me know what you think. Like, let me know if I've missed anything. Obviously, you know, I didn't pick up a lot of things that, you know, things like glass bottles or plastic bottles or cans. They're everywhere. Like, everyone sees these, even in the wild, because they wash up on rivers and on coastlines. So those are just some things that I didn't put in. Generally speaking, you'll find a whole host of things, like I say. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you find things that are useful. Let me know if you found the video useful. Obviously it's a little bit different, like I say, a bit more about urban and suburban survival. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you found this useful. We've got a whole host of videos that are similar to this, that are very unique, and a lot of other YouTube channels don't cover what we cover, from what I've found. Please like the video and let your friends know about it as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time.